The Viridian Collective, a civilization built on the bedrock of absolute efficiency, surveyed the burgeoning human expansion with detached disdain. Every resource allocated, every energy cycle optimized, every life function streamlined. They saw the human colony on Volantes as an aberration. From the holographic projection on the observation deck of the Viridian flagship, optimized truth, Overseer Xyler addressed Commander Eva Rostova of the human colony ship, Resilience. Xyler's form, a perfectly smooth, crystalline geometric construct, pulsed with an unnerving, silent rhythm. Humanity, Xyler resonated, its voice a synthesized calm. Your presence on designated planet XR9-14 Gamma is illogical. Resource assessment indicates negative value. Ecological volatility factor is unacceptably high. Your continued operation here represents a gross inefficiency. Withdraw within 4 cycles. Commander Rostova, her face grimed with the unique, fine dust of Volantes, crossed her arms. We call it Volantes, Overseer, and it's home. We don't categorize worlds by their resource value or volatility factor. We colonize them because we can, and we stay because we choose to. Xyler's form shimmered, a sign of its calculating processors encountering a logical anomaly. Such emotional attachment to an inefficient asset is counterproductive. Volantes presents no viable long-term resource exploitation. Its geothermic instability, its erratic plasma storms, its trace atmospheric toxins, it is a wasteland. We are prepared to initiate de-optimization protocols if you refuse to comply. De-optimization, muttered Dr. Eris Vance, the colony's lead xenogeologist, as Xyler's projection vanished. That's Viridian for sterilization by systemic resource deprivation. They'll cut off our supply lines, then dismantle us piece by efficient piece. Kalen Rourke, the colony's chief engineer, slammed a hand on the console. This planet is our life. We've spent 5 years making this wasteland habitable. Rostova looked out at the churning, violet skies of Volantes, a planet that defied all neat categories. Its beauty was raw, its dangers constant, its resources hidden in chaos. They see waste, she said, a determined glint in her eyes. They see what's not there by their perfect metrics. We see what asterisk is there. We see potential, and we're going to make that potential their worst nightmare. Over the next 4 cycles, while the Viridian fleet gathered in high orbit, Overseer Xyler initiated Phase 1. The interdiction of all incoming human supply convoys. Their energy consumption models indicate reliance on external resupply. Xyler calculated, its processors whirring with perfect foresight. Without external input, their internal resource matrix will destabilize within 2 cycles. Complete systemic collapse will follow. But on Volantes, the humans didn't collapse. Instead, they dove deeper into the wasteland. Kalen Rourke's teams activated repurposed deep-core drills, not for mining conventional ore, but for siphoning unstable, subterranean plasma from Volantes' unpredictable seismic vents. The Viridians only value what's stable, Commander, Kalen explained, sweat grimy on his brow. They can't conceive of asterisk harvesting asterisk chaos. But this planet is a natural battery, if you know how to tap the explosions. Dr. Vance's xenobotany labs bloomed with extremophile fungi that thrived on the toxic, atmospheric particulates, turning inert poisons into complex proteins and even trace amounts of volatile, energy-rich compounds. Their models can't account for life that isn't efficient in the typical sense, Vance projected. Our flora doesn't just survive, it repurposes what they discard. Xyler's remote sensor probes relayed puzzling data. The human colony's energy signature, far from diminishing, was fluctuating wildly, often spiking in sync with Voluntees' most violent geothermal surges. Their resource consumption patterns were illogical, consuming what Xyler's models classified as inert atmospheric waste or unstable geological anomaly. Their resource matrix is incomprehensible, Xyler resonated, its internal processors generating an increasing number of error notifications. They are deriving energy from phenomena classified as unusable. This is inefficient. Xyler escalated. It deployed optimization units autonomous, perfectly efficient drones designed to systematically dismantle inefficient infrastructure. These drones were built to bypass conventional defenses and precisely neutralize energy conduits and life support systems. Their defenses are crude, Xyler calculated. Our units will cleanly excise their presence. But the optimization units encountered something unexpected. As they approached human outposts, they were not met with laser fire, but with sudden, violent geysers of superheated, electromagnetically charged plasma erupting from the ground, precisely aimed. Then localized atmospheric vortices, generated by redirected exhaust from human air processors, would swallow the drones, slamming them against the violent, ever-shifting dust storms. These weren't weapons in the Veridian sense. They were repurposed planetary hazards. Their defenses are inconsistent. Xyler's thought form pulsed with confusion. The plasma discharge from seismic vents is statistically improbable to target our units with such accuracy. Their atmospheric manipulation violates known parameters of efficient environmental control. The humans were turning Voluntees' inherent chaos into an unpredictable living defense. They didn't build walls. They made the planet itself lethal. Finally, Xyler dispatched a full reclamation fleet, 30 sleek, perfectly efficient warships, designed for swift, surgical planetary cleansing. Their inefficiency must be purged, Xyler resonated, its form hardening with resolve. The unpredictability of Voluntees, combined with their illogical resource model, makes them a galactic anomaly. We will restore order. As the Veridian fleet emerged from hyperspace above Voluntees, their comms channels immediately blared an ultimatum. Final warning, humans. Yield or be processed. Commander Rostova's voice, calm and clear, cut through the Veridian broadcast. Overseer Xyler, we are not yielding. You call this planet inefficient. We call it home. And it's about to show you what inefficiency truly means. Kalen Rourke pressed a large, red button on his jury-rigged console. Across the surface of Voluntees, thousands of precisely placed biothermal conduits, hidden beneath the dust, flared. They weren't weapons designed to destroy. They were designed to connect asterisk. They tapped into Voluntees' most unstable plasma vents, its deepest seismic rifts, its most chaotic atmospheric pressure systems. And they redirected it. On the bridge of the lead Veridian warship, Commandant Zeral screamed in mental anguish. My ship, it's being pulled. His vessel, designed for perfect, linear propulsion, was suddenly buffeted by an invisible, localized gravitational vortex, a byproduct of a human-engineered atmospheric pressure differential. Then a sudden, blinding flash of volatile plasma, harvested from a subterranean fault line, erupted from beneath them, overloading their primary shield. Not a direct hit, but a systemic overload from an utterly unpredictable source. Panic and emotion considered an ultimate inefficiency, rippled through the Veridian fleet. Ships designed for predictable maneuvers found themselves caught in sudden, violent geothermal updrafts, spun helplessly by localized electromagnetic storms generated by humans harvesting Volantis's atmospheric charge. Their sophisticated targeting systems, built on precise mathematical predictions, crashed, unable to process the infinite, chaotic variables of a planet weaponized by human waste engineering. Error, Zyler's thought resonated through the Veridian network, raw and unmodulated, a scream of pure, logical breakdown. Their wasteland is generating unpredictable energy fields. It defies all thermodynamic principles. Our efficiency models are corrupting. One Veridian cruiser, caught between a sudden eruption of superheated mineral dust and an unpredictable gravity well, began to buckle. It didn't explode. It simply tore itself apart, not from hostile fire, but from the unbearable, unmodeled forces of the inefficient planet being directed by human ingenuity. Overseer Zyler watched in horror from the optimized truth. His perfectly efficient fleet was being rendered useless, not by weapons, but by a planet that was acting like a living, chaotic defense system, manipulated by a species that found energy in what he categorized as negative value. "Withdraw," Zyler shrieked, its crystalline form cracking, its silent rhythm shattering into discordant pulses. "Their planet is illogical. It is consuming our very methodology. Retreat." Commander Rostova watched as the Veridian fleet broke formation, their precise vectors dissolving into panicked, inefficient maneuvers as they fled Volantis's unpredictable fury. Kalen Rourke released the primary energy conduits, and Volantis settled back into its turbulent, natural state. "They ran," Kalen breathed, awe in his voice. "They ran from a planet they called worthless." Rostova smiled, a tired but triumphant expression on her face. "They ran from what they couldn't optimize, Kalen. They ran from us." The Veridian Collective, after that harrowing retreat, never again attempted to optimize humanity. The tale of the Wasteland shield spread through the galaxy, a legend whispered from starport to starport. It was said that humans didn't conquer planets, they simply befriended them, even the most violent ones, turning their chaos into an unassailable fortress. Overseer Zyler, his perfect logic shattered, initiated diplomatic contact. He had learned that human ingenuity wasn't about finding perfect efficiency, but about embracing imperfection, about finding value in chaos, about turning disadvantages into strengths. It was a lesson that forced the Veridian Collective to rethink their fundamental principles of value and survival. Humanity, the gloriously inefficient anomaly, had shown the galaxy that true strength lay not in perfect order, but in the boundless resilience and unpredictable creativity of a species that could make a home and a weapon out of nothing but a wasteland.